This is unbelievable, but scientists successfully made sheep-human hybrids in 2018. This is a picture of a pig-human hybrid embryo from an earlier research by Juan Carlos Izpisua Belmonte. This is on Science Alert, January 1st, 2019, article by Peter Dockrell. Researchers in 2018 achieved a new kind of chimeric first, a chimera, producing sheep-human hybrid embryos, and that they could one day represent the future of organ donation, they say. And they aim to use a body part grown inside unnatural engineered animals. So in other words, they're purposely creating a hybrid human pig for the sole purpose of giving it life to harvest the organs for transplanting, for organ donation. How does that sound to you? With that end goal in mind, scientists created the first interspecies sheep-human chimera in February, introducing human stem cells into the sheep embryos, resulting in a hybrid creature that's more than 99% sheep, but also a tiny bit like you and me. Admittedly, the human portion of the embryo created in the experiment before they were destroyed after 28 days is exceedingly small, but the fact that they exist at all is what generates considerable controversy in this field of research. Quote, the contribution of human cells so far is very small. It's nothing like a pig with a human face or a human brain. Stem cell biologist Hiro Nakuchi from Stanford University told media at a presentation of the recent research back in February in Austin, Texas. He explained that by cell count, only about 1 in 10,000 cells or less in the sheep embryos are human. Well then, if that's the case, how can you possibly use it for human organ donation then? If it's mostly sheep or a pig or something. Going back with the article, the research built on previous experiments by some of the same team that saw scientists successfully grow human cells inside early-stage pig embryos in the lab, creating pig-human embryos that the researchers described as interspecies chimeras. While the mad scientist stereotype is fully present and accounted for in this kind of research, these divisive experiments could one day provide a unique solution for the thousands of people on donation waiting lists for life-saving organs, most of whom die before compatible body parts can be sourced for them, the researchers explain. Quote, even today, the best matched organs, except if they come from identical twins, don't last very long because with time the immune system continuously is attacking them, unquote, said one of the team, reproductive biologist Pablo Ross from the University of California, Davis. Although it's still a long way off, organs produced in the interspecies chimeras could be one way of producing enough supply to meet demand by transplanting, say, a hybridized pancreas from a sheep or a pig to a desperate patient. For the transplant work, the researchers think at least 1% of the embryo cells would need to be human, meaning these first steps demonstrated that in the sheep, they are still very preliminary. But of course, upping the human ratio in the chimera mix also inevitably increases ethical qualms about the kind of creature being created, ostensibly for the sole purpose of having its essential organs harvested. Ross explained, I have the same concerns. Let's say if our results indicate that the human cells all go to the brain of the animal, then we may never carry this forward. There are no easy answers to this kind of ethical questions that this sort of research raises, but with someone being added to a U.S. transplant waiting list every 10 minutes, the researchers say we should not discount the possibilities of what chimeras could one day do for us. Well, so in other words, okay, they're saying, yeah, let's have chimeras so we can harvest their organs. Ross said, all of these approaches are controversial and none of them are perfect, but they offer hope to people who are dying on a daily basis. He said we need to explore all possible alternatives to provide organs to ailing people. The findings were first presented at the annual meeting of the American Association for Advancement of Science, February 2018, and this is on Science Alert. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.